Oh yeah, I was waiting for today. It's been a little bit too long. I was ready to get some potting in, man. Alec, how you feeling, bro?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
I feel real good today, man. A whole lot of good stuff's been going on this last week in sports and music and all that. And I was been ready for a minute to talk about it all. So we are back, Section 300 episode. It don't matter, but y'all, but y'all here, and we appreciate y'all for tuning in. 52, episode 52. Yeah. So we back. I'm your host, Garrett Thomas. Find me online at gthomas7 on IG and Twitter. My boy Alec is here. I don't know which way to point still. Alec is here. Find Alec. Tell him where to find you at real quick.
Yeah, find me on Instagram at Alec Foster and find me on Twitter at LakersFan24.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we are back. We are back. Like I said, I've been waiting, and we're here. We're on a Thursday, but schedules threw us off. But I'm glad that we actually waited till today, especially this week. Allowed everybody to get their hot takes out Monday morning. Allowed all the theories we throwing out. Now we can sit back, look at everything, and actually talk about what's really going on. First off, as I continue with our introduction, find us everywhere at IG, on IG at Section.300, Twitter Section.300 Pod. Here on YouTube, we really appreciate all the views. Continue to comment, rate, review, subscribe. If you watch here or anywhere to the podcast, we appreciate all the love, for real. Shout out to all the nosebleeders, as Alec is calling y'all. So, yeah, major love to y'all. And, yeah, we are back. So, like I said, all the hot takes are kind of out of the way. Monday morning quarterbacks are out the way. We're here Thursday night, and the trade deadline has just passed. Rosters are just about finalized. There could still be some waiver movement. But what we have now, what we have now most likely is what we're going to see heading into the playoffs. So, what was the move that surprised you the most today? Because there was a few moves that happened.
Just today, or just like the whole trade deadline, lead up to it?
Any trades recently that you think are going to make an impact down the line?
Oh, well, the one that surprised me, first question, was the Rockets one. Because I understand them wanting to move Capella's contract, but now they don't have anyone over 6'7" in their starting lineup, so that doesn't seem to bode well for them in the playoffs. I don't know. I didn't
understand the rush for it. I get you want to get rid of his contract, but why now? Y'all seem to be making a push, and you need a big, especially with.
And he's an impact player for them. He's not their third most impactful guy. So,
and I don't want to say that as if it's a knock to Covington, because Covington was a coveted piece. But even with that, you need a big. So I don't know why they would make that swap now. There could have been some other move they could have made to get him rather than doing what they did. So that was surprising.
Covington is a great 3-and-D guy, but I don't understand the media hyping him up to be an all-star caliber talent. He'll get you a solid 13 points and good perimeter defense, but he's not a put you over the hump type player to me. I don't know.
My thing is not even that. Again, it's just for what we now have, just the fit of it. On the Rockets,
you have a whole for what they like, the style of play they like, because they're kind of like the Suns.
Not really, because like you just said, Covington is 3-and-D. The Rockets are 3 and nothing.
Well, so defense, though.
Okay, but even in that, having one guy that plays defense amidst 4 other guys that can't, I don't know what that's going to do.
PJ Tucker plays D too.
He can, but he's not.
He plays great.
He plays great defense, as you're saying, in the spot that he's supposed to be in.
Right.
If you move him down to center, I don't know how long that's going to last. No. They won one game where there was no one over 6'6", and I guess that was all the proof they needed to get rid of their center, which is crazy. But yeah, that definitely was one of the more surprising moves of the trade deadline. I'm definitely going to see how that unfolds. Right. I think the Rockets play the Lakers today, don't they?
Right, 30.
Yeah, they're playing today. So I don't know if Covington's in the lineup, but whoever's playing, it's going to be tough to contain AD today because they ain't got no size to slow him down right now.
AD's going to have a career day tonight.
They had the pictures of Wilt with 100 and swapped it out with every big when they play the Rockets. It's supposed to be like that. So that was one of the bigger moves that definitely we got to pay a lot of attention to. Also,
and Andre Drummond too.
I was going to go there. Andre Drummond got shipped out of Detroit, and it was funny. Many people brought it up. Oftentimes, when you're getting traded from Detroit, like your agent calls, "Hey, bro, I got good news. You're traded. We're leaving Detroit. Oh, we're for real bet. Where we headed? We heading to Cleveland, fam.
Ohio, man.
That hurts. That hurts. And I know he's
there's
mad.
not many places you could go to that it's like a little bit worse than Detroit.
Right. That stings, bro. That really stings. So also that coming as a surprise as well. Drummond tweeted out that he didn't see that coming. Like they sprung that on him and he got moved
beforehand. Yeah.
They didn't give him no kind of prep, though he had voiced displeasure for a while and was open to a move. Them doing that move at that time completely caught him off guard. So that sucks for him. I think he only has a year or two left on his contract, and I don't think he'll be in Cleveland for long, especially with all the chaos kind of going on low key over there. So that's kind of just another rental. But even in that, you forced to stay a year in Cleveland, like it or not. So
now they have two guys who don't want to be there, Drummond and K-Love too. So like,
it's real.
I don't know
exactly
why Cleveland made that deal. Like, you're not going to make the playoffs this year, so adding Drummond this year, that doesn't like seem to bode well for your future because he's likely not going to re-sign with you all.
And post Kawhi to the Raptors, seeing players that have gone somewhere with their mind set elsewhere, I don't know why you would do this. Like Drummond clearly does not want to be there. He's a professional. He'll go and do his job for however long he needs to do so.
He'll get his 20.
But he'll cash them checks. But when it's time to go and the option presents itself, he's not staying there. Not unless y'all bring the next LeBron into the building. So I don't know why now they think they can convince him to stay or whatever. I don't know. Yeah, like you said, I really don't know what the plan is. So it's gonna be tricky. Maybe the thought is if he plays well while he's there and proves he's really that good center that still can be dominant for years to come, you can then flip him again for another young piece. Maybe that's what they're banking on. But even in that,
at the end of the season though, so
say that again.
He's gonna be a free agent at the end of the season, so they can't flip him.
At the end of this year, I thought it was 2021.
I think it's the end of this year for Drummond.
Of this year, then they're stupid. I tried to justify it. I was trying. You saw me. I was trying to make something happen. I thought it was next year. So if it's this year, they just dumb as hell. So I don't know. They really messed up over there. So good luck to them. I don't know. Oh well.
I don't understand it. Some of the moves for some of these teams, I'm like, I don't quite understand what your GM was thinking. Besides like trying to conserve salary, like other than that, basketball wise, they don't quite make a lot of sense.
For example, the Golden State trade, though I understand wanting to get someone that will better fit in the 3 spot in Golden State, which is why they went and got Andrew Wiggins, flipped D'Angelo Russell for Andrew Wiggins. Mm-hmm. Andrew Wiggins has not shown enough growth over the 4 or 5 years he's been in the league now to say that he's going to be the guy that they need in that spot. Plus, though he is somewhat of a price drop, he's on a contract for like 4 more years. So if he's not what you think he is, he ain't just gonna want to leave. He in Golden State. As soon as the trade happened, he posted the video of Drake. The dumb shit, So he's happy to be there. Yeah. So if he's happy, he don't care how he's producing. He's in the Bay Area rather than Minnesota.
The situation can make all the difference too, because a huge knock on Wiggins has been like his motor and his effort on both ends of the floor, but like him seeming like disinterested and him having so much talent too. He was number 1 or number 2 pick when he was drafted. And people still see like a high ceiling for him because he's so athletic
and he's young still.
And easily can score 20 like on any given night. So like he could be the perfect piece for them in that 3 spot, honestly, if they can make it work and get him to buy in. They can flip him as well too. So
Very, very possibly, and likely, honestly. To your point about potentially being the right fit rather than what I'm thinking, he could be the right fit, especially for this moment, because he still does not appear to be a guy that will uplift your team. Really, he's a guy that will just come in and find his role and do his job. So on this tanking Warriors team, he won't mess up the tank. If they're tanking, he'll play down and he'll lose you some games still. He won't mess things up and start balling out of nowhere and win some games. He'll keep them right at where they need to be to get a top 3 pick, whatever the case is. Right. So he'll give him a top pick.
I don't even know if they're going to another one. I don't even know if they're going to go full tank because they still have been talking about Steph could come back in March as well too. So I don't know exactly what their plan is there.
Even if they're not, it appears to be too late to make a big enough jump to like, if you're saying they'll be no. I'm saying they'll still be a lottery team. If they might not be top 3, but if you don't like Andrew Wiggins after these last half of the season, you take the Wiggins and that 6 through 10 pick and flip it for a top 4 pick or something like that, and you bet right back where you need to be.
Do you think it'll be worth it to like give it a shot and see how he plays, like with them in a full healthy roster too?
Sure.
Like with Steph, Clay, and Draymond.
I only say that because I don't know what other option they have right now. If there was some other small forward, if there was another Robert Covington, as we just mentioned, that was out there that would fit into that roster perfectly, then sure, get rid of Wiggins and find that perfect piece. But since I don't really see who else they would get to fill that spot, you might as well just try it out for a year because you need somebody to be there. You traded away Burks, you traded away Glenn Robinson already. Any other guy that could have played that 3 spot, unless you bump up Pascal to the 3, even though he's very Draymond-like, I don't know where else they would go with that. So, yeah, you might as well try Wiggins for a little while.
Yeah, because I've seen a lot of the media just already saying, like, they didn't understand the move and that they should just try to get more value via trade from Wiggins. But I'm like, why not give it a shot? Like, he's still a really young, athletic player that has a ceiling still, I'd say. So,
exactly.
Like, I would definitely give it a shot because he could be that perfect fit. And then they still need to upgrade, like, at center, I would say. Like, I know the big man's kind of like fading in this generation of the NBA, but it's still an important position, at least on the defense.
I wouldn't say it's fading. It's evolving. I mean, we just saw Jokic drop 32, 12, and 10 or something like that last night against Gobert, who was back-to-back Defensive Player of the Year. There's guys that can still that are true centers that fit this new game well. So
but there's
I don't think it's I know, but still, I think that it's 5 right now, but more guys will learn how to play like that, and the position will evolve, and centers will still be relevant in this league. So we'll see. But they still do. To your original point about the Warriors, they gotta find somebody in that spot.
Kevon Looney's good, but he's more of a bench piece.
Right. So they could go to the draft if they tank well enough. You get a James Wiseman, who's no longer playing in the NCAA right now. You get a what's his name, Vernon Carey, who I think Rashad Phillips, who we mentioned a few times, or I think it was him or somebody else mentioned would be a great fit as a centerpiece for the Warriors. So we shall see. It's definitely going to be interesting to see how Golden State handles it going forward. A few people have been criticizing them because they felt that they could have got a little bit more for D'Lo, but I think based on what was out there, they got good return. So we definitely got to pay attention to them. So
we didn't even talk about that side of it, just as far as D'Lo in Minnesota going there. How we think that you can't even call it a rebuild because there was nothing to build back to. Like, they haven't been good for a good amount of time. And it seems like building around Cat has been like a struggle for them. Like, they've tried different pieces, and now they've traded. I think they probably made the most trades of any team.
They traded half their roster, if not more of that. They traded like 8 guys. Yeah.
Right. So I don't even know what the full roster is now, but I guess going forward, they want to go forward with D'Lo and Cat, and got to put pieces around them to make it work. But I don't see the vision at this point. I know they're good friends. They're both extremely talented, but I don't know. I don't know. What do you think?
This is a different point, but I'll tie it back.
Uh-huh.
When we talked about the Rockets reuniting Harden and Westbrook, my gripe about that was that they play kind of the same position essentially. So there'd be a lot of overlap that would cause friction.
Right.
I think when reuniting guys or trying to build and put pieces together, if you can get a center, which like you just mentioned are very rare. If you can get a really good center, you get that, and then you get a guard that can go and play some kind of pick and roll with him. So I think the position wise and based on their styles, it could work. Defensively, there's a whole lot of work to do there. Definitely a whole lot of work to do. But I think their chemistry is strong enough that they will fight through the tough times. They'll fight through the tough times ahead that are ahead for this soon future and look forward to the long term and see that they're building towards something that actually could work out for Minnesota, like, as you mentioned, which they haven't had in a long time. So I think they have the right core now. If they can reunite all three of the other brothers and get Devin Booker in there as well.
Devin Booker is a free agent. I'm not sure.
He's not a free agent. The Suns have turned things around a little bit. Monty Williams is doing a pretty good job over there.
We thought so, but now they're I said we thought so, but now they're like the 12 seed or something like that.
They have fallen back a little bit, but they've shown enough flashes to have at least hope for the future. For a while it looked like they were just floating in the abyss, just like Cleveland is now. Like, you don't know what they're going to do. But then this year they had a couple nice runs. We're like, okay, now we can see what the future might look like in Phoenix, and it could be something. So if he stays there, so be it, and I'll be happy to see that work. But if things fall apart yet again out there, you can flip them and get out. Like you said, I don't know who is on this roster right now in Minnesota, but whoever is left on this Minnesota roster, send them down to Phoenix and bring Devin Booker and have your new big three up there and see what you could do with that. So, even if not, I think D'Angelo is hungry now after being moved a few times. Understanding that this is the business, but also at the same time feeling a little bit disrespected by teams continuing to pass up on him. Karl-Anthony Towns fed up. Has he won a game yet?
They haven't won since like Thanksgiving, bro.
Is that
like he was out for a month, so he hasn't won for like a little over a month. They haven't won for like 2 months or something like that. Like,
I heard Karl-Anthony Towns has not been in a line, has not won a game since before Thanksgiving. So I think D'Angelo will get him at least at one win. I would hope so.
I don't know. That's not even like for sure.
But still, if not, definitely not this year. But I think the future now is at least a little bit brighter in Minnesota. So
I'm sure they have plenty of like cap space now with all the trades. But
Karl is a max player too. Karl is a max player. D'Angelo, I think he's a max as well, somewhere around there. So maybe not, but they can get the right role players that can make something happen. So we'll see.
You believe
to your point about recruiting guys, I think it's less about Minnesota and more about what we saw with a guy like Jimmy Butler in Minnesota. When a star actually was in the building, how he was treated, and how the other guys reacted around him, he felt like the rest of the squad was soft, including Karl-Anthony Towns. So if they think he's going to be up there soft the whole time still, they ain't going to want to deal with him, and they'll go elsewhere. So I think that is a bigger knock on Minnesota than their location is.
I'm glad you brought up Jimmy Butler too, because I was going to come back to a point you had like many podcasts ago when you were calling Jimmy Butler a diva. But it seems like Jimmy has been right about like every situation he's been in too. Because obviously we saw how Minnesota has played since he left. They made the playoffs the season he was there, and they haven't done anything since. And then now we see Philly's kind of falling apart a little bit. It was supposed to be
a whole lot of it.
1 seed in the East. How are they doing with the Bucks right now?
They're down 74-86. So yeah, another rough game.
They're like 9-18 on the road or something like that. Still a decent team, like pretty good roster, just underperforming. And there was clips yesterday of Al Horford saying that there's something going on in the locker room, but we're going to keep that internal. And where's that?
I was watching The Jump. They're doing their trade deadline special on ESPN today.
Yeah, I saw it.
I think it was Windhorse or one of them. I forgot. But they brought up how they didn't think Al Horford was a good fit there, and I didn't really think about that because I haven't paid too much attention. But just in what I've seen, the small bit I've seen, that makes a whole lot of sense.
Right.
They have one too many bigs on that roster.
Right.
And Horford seems to be the odd man out.
Yeah.
They are spaced it out, drop down Tobias to the 4, get somebody a little bit more athletic in that 3 or 2 spot, wherever the case, and spread the floor out a little bit more because right now it's a whole mess over there in Philadelphia.
They had Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy was the right guy. They banked on the wrong one. They went with Tobias instead. So definitely messed up in that call. So
and now Miami's looking like a potential championship contender now in the East.
Very, very likely, very much could be. So that was the next point I was going to bring up with regards to the trades. Miami made a few, got rid of Dion Waiters and James Johnson and who else did they? I forgot who else they traded, but they brought in Andre Iguodala and
Justice Winslow
and Justice Winslow. Sent them to Memphis, and James Johnson was sent elsewhere, I believe. But yeah, they shipped them out and got back Iguodala. And did they get anybody else in return with that as well? I think they got somebody else.
Who got Jay Crowder? Because I think it was like a 3-team.
Miami got Jay Crowder.
Jay Crowder too.
Yeah. Okay. And we got to be careful with that. There's been some beef between Jay Crowder and Jimmy for a while. So keep your eyes peeled on Miami. They're very entertaining on and off the court for sure. So yeah, I like what Miami's doing. They
Pat Riley's up to something.
Absolutely. So they're very dangerous because they could like you mentioned, could sneak in and steal the championship this year, but also in great shape for a long-term push as well. Yeah, they have a great young nucleus with Tyler Herro and Duncan Robinson and Kendrick Nunn, amongst others, as Bam, who's now an all-star as well. They have all those young guys, and then you have Jimmy there as well. So Iggy, he'll be great for right now, no doubt. But 2 years, 3 years down the line, it'll be time to move on from him. He's there trying to catch a check.
We have a 2-year extension, so
so give him his 2 years, and then when there's that big 2021 free agency group, get rid of him and bring in Giannis, possibly bring in LeBron, bring LeBron back to Miami, bring Paul George to Miami. Somebody that I think they very likely.
Paul George, bro.
it's rough to be a fan, man. I ain't want to bring that up right now, but yeah. but anyways, they're in great shape to be great right now and to make a run at this great 2021 group of free agents as well. So keep your eyes peeled on the 305 for sure. I like what they're doing.
Definitely. Looking like they'll probably be a 2 seed in the East.
And you mentioned part of the reason why they're a 2 seed is Bam Adebayo and Jimmy Butler, who are all-stars. And today the all-star teams just got locked in. All the reserves and players were picked over the last couple of weeks, and the teams themselves were voted on by the head captains LeBron and Giannis today. So on one side, we got Team LeBron with LeBron, AD, Kawhi, Luka, James Harden, Damian Lillard, Ben Simmons, Jokic, Jason Tatum, Chris Paul, Russell Westbrook, and Sabonis, which is a really nice squad, very nice squad. And then Team Giannis got Giannis,
Embiid.
Hold on. I don't know why he took Embiid with his first pick, but
I'll come back to that. I think he said size because LeBron picked the big or something. What?
I was gonna make it. I can't do it. I can't do it. Anyways,
please don't.
All right, I'm not gonna say it. Anyways, Team Giannis has Giannis, Embiid, Pascal Siakam, Kemba Walker, Trae Young, Chris Middleton, Bam Adebayo, Rudy Gobert, Jimmy Butler, Kyle Lowry, Brandon Ingram, and Donovan Mitchell. So a good squad, but I don't think they're going to keep up with Team LeBron. That Team LeBron
really
is pretty nasty.
Not a good Team LeBron, but they're all stars, so they're all nice. Yeah,
I think we really addressed this. Did we address the snubs, or who you think you got snubbed?
I had on my notes. I was like, I'm sick of the snub culture. Like, not everybody.
It's weird
because only so many people can make it. So,
the
guys that were snubbed, I'm like, who would you put them over? Like,
I think what it is is we need to have a more clear criteria for an all-star. Like, is it based on the team performance, or is it based on what they've done individually? If it's based on team performance, Trae Young could still be in there, but he shouldn't be a starter. At the same time, there's guys like Devin Booker who really well. Bradley Beal's been playing pretty good all season. He didn't get in. There are guys right on the border who easily could have took Chris Paul's spot maybe, or Russell Westbrook's spot maybe. I don't know.
Booker could be in there over Chris Paul, but Chris Paul has his team who didn't have high expectations before the season, the 7 seed. So I understood them placing him there, but that's like the one person I could have seen Booker being over. And like on the Eastern side, I could have seen Beal for Sabonis, but you kind of have to have a pacer in there.
Right.
I think they're the 3, somewhere between 3 and 5
right now. Yeah.
And Sabonis is like 18, 10, and 5 or something like that, and been playing well. When they had Oladipo out, they had Brogdon out for a while too, and he still kept the ship steady. So I understand, but yeah, I mean those were like the only 2 guys I could see Beal and Booker being swapped for. But I wouldn't even call that a snub. Like I understand that.
Like you said, it's just based on the criteria. So I'm fine either way, but it was interesting to see the reaction when the picks were announced. So yeah, we'll keep our eyes on that. Now flipping to go ahead.
Potentially, like you could add a couple roster spots, like to instead of it being 12, make it 14 or something, 15, something like that. But like after that, like I don't know, I don't really know what you do. Obviously, snub culture has trickled down to the Rising Stars game, where you got Jackson Hayes telling the NBA to suck his dick because he didn't make the Rising Stars game and shit. So like, it definitely. Can we stay there for a second? Yeah,
Jackson was extra with his reaction, but at the same time, I like it just because you want to continue to prove yourself when you're in the league. You want to show that you belong and that you're one of the best, and you want to have that attitude all the time. So I like the energy, but it was just very misplaced.
Very misplaced. Like, don't tell the NBA to suck. You're a rookie in the first place, and you're averaging like 7 points and 4 rebounds or some shit. Like, yes, you're an impact player for your team, or you were before Zion started playing, but come on. It's the Rising Stars game. Like, we're really arguing about this now too. I think Matisse's agent sent out a memo or something to Yahoo Sports about Matisse not making the Rising Stars game either too. I'm like, can we just like relax? Like, there's more important things.
Yeah.
Do they get a bonus for being in the Rising Stars game? I don't know. Maybe there's some money incentive. I don't know, but like the snub culture, I think, is just like got a little bit out of hand. Like Spencer Dinwiddie was complaining that he wasn't in the skills challenge. Relax, bro. Like
again.
Oh my God.
I kind of get it when they're putting guys like Patrick Beverley in instead. Like when I think skills challenge, I don't think Patrick Beverley. I think more of Dinwiddie. So
do we care about this?
Oh well.
Do you watch the skills challenge?
It's not about us. We're not the ones participating. He's the one playing, and there's possibly incentives for that. The same way guys get raises for incentives for making the All NBA team thing. There's probably it probably helps your resume having Rising Star or whatever like that on there. So that's a big part of it. So I like the energy, but it's just again misplaced. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, as we're kind of just there. Is anything else with the All-Star weekend intrigue you? Did you see anything else that got your attention?
I mean, clearly the long bullet point like memo that they sent out about the change of format for the All-Star game, because it was very like convoluted. I could not understand what they were saying, but I guess now like I understand it more, that it's each quarter is its own game, and then the totals are added up after those three, and the leading team has to get 24 more points or something like that. And after each quarter, like whoever wins, that winning team gets like $100K for their charity of their choice. So like it should be an interesting format. I think it'll get guys to like play almost like pickup, where you like playing to 15, like get guys to play more competitively each quarter. So that would be nice.
That was big for me. That was big for me.
Right.
Yeah, just I didn't want to cut you off, but just that one point, just about them actually playing the first three quarters, because usually they kind of just lag and do whatever the fuck for the first three quarters and then pick it up to the end. Right. Yeah. But now they actually have reasons to play all four quarters, which is good. So yeah, that's my only thing. You can take it back over again.
Yeah. So like it'll be interesting to see like how it works out. I think too, with you gave us like the list of who's on each team. I think they should, like I think we said before, they should just do the choosing of the rosters like at game time, like a pickup style game, like so the fans can see it too. Like I think that would be a cool addition to how they're doing the All-Star selections. Because I mean, it's fine to watch like LeBron and Giannis pick on TV with Chuck and Shaq and Kenny, you know, but like it's not like exciting or anything. Like I don't know. So there's a couple of wrinkles that I think they can make to All-Star Weekend. But what do you want to say?
When you said that, at first I was like, nah. But then as a fan, I was like, oh yeah, they should do that, because imagine the last player standing there on the line waiting to get called.
It like hurts your confidence. You're like, oh,
Russell Westbrook is standing there like, come on, man, like you know me, man, like you see Anthony Davis on the line giving a wink to LeBron, like, hey, pick me, bro, like you know the deal. That'd be good shit. So I'm with you on that. Actually, that'd be interesting to see.
Yeah. And then we got the All-Star, not the All-Star, the slam dunk competition. I think it's Pat Connaughton, Aaron Gordon, Derrick Jones Jr. Who's the fourth?
Dwight.
Oh, Dwight. Yeah, Dwight.
I like that group.
Dwight shouldn't even be in here, but it's cool. It's cool that because he was in there as Superman, like 8 years ago or whatever. It's sad. Like I mentioned last podcast, because Kobe was supposed to help him out with his dunk, and that would have been dope.
And he said they were trying to work that out too. He said they were, or he I don't think he even said he got a chance to reach out to him yet. Like that was something he kind of put out there.
But I think Kobe talk to help him.
Yeah. So yeah, that really stings. But I still hope that Dwight does good.
Yeah.
He's won me back. Not as a fan, but I'm no longer hating on him. Like he gets the job done. So I'm respect him and hope he gets just the job done, or at least puts on some kind of show for us, because dunk contests are very hit or miss. So he knows how to entertain. So he should.
We got some players, including Aaron Gordon, who probably had one of the best, if not the best, slam dunk competitions against Zach LaVine in like 2016. So I have hope that this one will be pretty good too, because his were pretty creative as well. And then Derrick, can jump out the building.
And at first, I was like, Aaron Gordon might come back just for the nostalgia factor to get us to watch again. But I think a guy like Derrick Jones will get him to really put some effort into it. Derrick Jones can jump. Anytime you see any highlight of Derrick Jones for right now, he don't do nothing else in the league but jump out the gym. So I'm expecting some greatness from him, and I hope that raises the bar for the rest of the guys as well. So yeah, definitely looking forward to that. So you mentioned that historic dunk contest a few years ago with Aaron Gordon, and the person that beat him was Zach LaVine, who's not in the dunk contest this year. He's actually in the 3-point contest. Yeah. Come on, fam, just give us what we want. We want the third time of y'all going at it. I don't know why you're doing this.
You think he's ducking the smoke? You think he's ducking the Aaron Gordon smoke?
Yeah, he's like, oh, I already won, so I'm gonna do it. No, go back out there and put on a show. It's not about we to be honest, we really don't care who wins. We just want to see a show. And that would have been the best show we could have got. So, oh well. Hopefully, Pat Connaughton can do something for us and keep things in.
He's the that competition.
I'm not hating, but also we can't act like he's Zach LaVine though. So that's my point.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So yeah, definitely gonna be a fun All-Star weekend. Definitely gonna be a fun end just in general to the NBA season. NBA is very intriguing. All the trades and all the future talk is now out the way. Now it's about what's going on the court. So I'm loving what I'm seeing. Lakers looking pretty good. I haven't watched the whole. I've mentioned before. I've watched, but I haven't felt very attached still. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to watching tonight to see PJ Tucker be barbecue chicken for AD.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun to see. I'm actually more intrigued to watch just how the Rockets handle their lineups now than about the Lakers seem kind of set. So just watch them just for your enjoyment. But the Rockets want to see how they actually manage their things because D'Antoni could end up on the hot seat if he really messes this up. So definitely gonna be watching all of that closely. So
and we missed one big trade too with Marcus Morris going to the Clippers because that was a highly talked about trade just because there was someone that the Lakers were interested in as well, but weren't willing to give up Kuzma and Danny Green for, which I kind of understand, to be honest.
So do I.
With Kuzma being a young talent and that contract being only like $2 million, the value for him is pretty high. So I'd want to get another I'd want to get like a Mitchell Robinson or something for Kuzma if I was going to give up Kuzma to the Knicks. So I understood them not going for him, but with them not going for him, then the Clippers ended up getting him, and that's a nice piece for their roster as well too. Makes them even tougher, like because he has that toughness that we've seen in the past, and it's someone who can defend LeBron as well, like when they play the Lakers. So Kawhi doesn't necessarily have to play LeBron all the game either.
An interesting point though is you mentioned the toughness. Morris has been known to be tough on and off the court. He's someone you don't pick a fight with because he'll handle business if you do. Right. So I bring that up to say we've heard over the last few weeks small rumblings about displeasure in the Clipper locker room.
Yeah,
I don't think Morris is someone that's going to come in and ease things. He might come in and put guys a little bit more on edge. During practice, he might throw a couple more elbows. That's
also their culture too. I would say with Patrick Beverly there and Kawhi there and Montrez there.
I'm saying if guys were already saying that it's not a good culture, adding another guy of that stature or whatever the word is into the locker room, is that actually a good thing?
The rumors was like that certain players weren't happy with the like special preferential treatment that Kawhi was getting.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I don't know that Marcus Morris is going to care about that too much. So I don't see like the locker room being too much of an issue, especially with Doc Rivers at the head as well too, championship coach, and they have 2-time Finals MVP in Kawhi.
Mm-hmm.
I think they have a really good roster. I think they have a better overall roster than the Lakers right now, but they're not really built to beat us just because no one can really check AD. If AD shows up like he can.
I don't think it's that because we've already seen they beat us twice already. I think what it is.
But AD's kind of shrunk in those fourth quarters. I don't understand why, but.
Yeah. I lost my point. But I still have a little more faith in the Lakers right now than the Clippers long term, and when we go to the playoffs and things. Mm-hmm. I think the chemistry is a big factor for both squads. I think that was my point.
Yeah,
there was some statistic where it was like the LeBron and AD have already played over 1,000 minutes together on the court this season.
Yeah,
while
they're not taking games off. Really.
Paul George and Kawhi have played like half of that, if that. They haven't really been on the court together and continue to add more pieces in, changes up the chemistry even more. So, we'll see how big of a role chemistry plays into things. And give me exciting thing. Excited to watch basketball in LA going forward for sure.
You want the Lakers to pursue Collison?
If that means we get rid of Rondo, sure.
I don't know that.
If we have Collison and Rondo, I don't see the point.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I said if we have Collison and Rondo, I don't see the point. If we're going to try to do both, just keep Rondo since he's already here. So
right.
If it's like a swap, then sure, I'll take Collison. But if not, there's no need for all of them in the backcourt.
I mean, take Collison and make Rondo a player coach, like something like that. If you get Collison, like I don't want Rondo. You can see his effect. You can see it in the numbers too, but you see his effect when he comes into games. Like we lose big leads, we lose momentum. He's holding the ball too much.
Who was it? I think me and Matt were the ones telling you that. Didn't we try to tell you that early on and you didn't want to listen? No, Rondo could hit his threes.
Rondo's going to hit threes.
He shoots 40% from the field. Man, no. I don't want to hear no numbers. Watch the game. He ain't helping us, bro. I don't want it. But, yeah, like I said, if it's him or Collison, since Rondo's already here, we might as well. So, yeah, we'll see. What do you think about, just in general, the lack of movement by the Lakers, though, this trade deadline?
I think, like I said, I understand it with not making the move for Morris for the Knicks. I would have liked a D-Rose trade, but I don't think it was feasible.
I think actually now it could have been. I think we should have tried a little bit harder, seeing that the Pistons were willing to give up Drummond for a bag of rocks, pretty much. I think you could have thrown out some random little piece and got D-Rose back. So,
maybe. Oh well. Rose also expressed interest in staying in Detroit too, so maybe that played a part in it as well.
That's a big role for him because I know he's at times in New York, I believe, and with Cleveland where when he wasn't happy, where things were kind of out of place for him, it didn't go well. So if he's happy there, then I'd much rather see him happy in Detroit than struggling out of here. So that's fine with me.
Yeah. So I understand. It would have been nice if we could make a move for Iguodala as well, but I don't really think we had the assets because they wanted first round picks, and we don't have too many picks left after the trades we've made. Like to get AD, we gave up a lot of picks and pick swaps to the Pelicans, and so I understood the lack of movement. And I think Rob did his due diligence. Like I trust Rob as a GM at this point. I think he listened to offers for Kuzma for a while. Yeah. I think today was when they finally said Kuzma was off the table. So I think he was in offers for sure. So like I said, I think he did his due diligence and just wasn't able to find a move that he thought would help us in a championship run. Because I think the Lakers are in win now mode. They're not necessarily looking at the future. We don't have much youth on this. It's mainly veterans. So he didn't really see any win now moves on the market.
Yeah. As long as they tried, they seem to have done so. They were fielding offers and trying to get something done, but couldn't. So it was fine with me. We're already the top seed by
4 games.
It was a large margin for a while, but so yeah, we're fine with what we got, and we'll take that into the postseason and see how it goes. So yeah, I'm fine with what we did. I was blanking for a second, but yeah, I'm good with the Lakers, and we'll definitely watch them going forward and hope for the best.
Right.
Now with that, golly, 45 minutes of basketball talk. Hey, if you're not a basketball fan, I am so sorry. Also, I kind of don't know why you're here, but I shouldn't say that. But I am going to say it.
Basketball.
Whatever. We talk basketball, so y'all know the vibes. But yeah, whole lot of basketball that needs to be covered, and we made sure to address it all. Now, though, we want to turn to some other big things that happened, and we went 45 minutes without saying the Super Bowl one time. Like the Super Bowl just happened, they just won, no acknowledgement. But here we are now talking NFL. Right. The Chiefs just beat the 49ers in the Super Bowl this last weekend. Right. Great game. Much better than that bullshit Patriots game last year. Thank God. That's the main thing. I just wanted a good game, and they definitely delivered with that. So great game by the Chiefs. Mahomes got it done in the end, and Andy Reid finally gets the Super Bowl, and I'm happy for it.
Happy for him, for sure. Yeah.
What should we take away?
I think we both picked the Chiefs to win, correct?
We both were like
reasons, but yeah.
No, we were like, we really want the Chiefs to win, but we think the Niners will, based on how they were set up. That's what I think. I think that's what I said. Okay. I was like, I think the Niners have a better 1 through 52 roster and scheme and all that type of shit. But I think at the end, I hope at least that the Chiefs find a way still. So
yeah. But yeah, like you said, Mahomes, he started off shaky through really 3 quarters almost, but finished strong. And like you said, Andy Reid got his first championship, and it was nice to see that after 20-some years of him head coaching.
But 20+ years of almost. So he had a few years where he was right there or should have been there, and things fell short. So I'm happy that he couldn't go over the hump.
And then you saw guys like Damian Williams, who was passed around by teams for a while and had a big impact in this game. Had 2 touchdowns, I believe, in this Super Bowl. Go for it.
He's my MVP.
For the game, you mean?
For the game. He should have won MVP, in my opinion.
That's fair, yeah.
It's a quarterback league, so I get it. Mahomes is the new young god of the NFL. They're trying to make him out to be. So I get you have to put that on his resume. But based on what we saw on the field, the same way a few years ago in the Seahawks Super Bowl against the Panthers, I believe, when they gave or the Colts or somebody like that.
Seahawks when the Seahawks won?
Yeah, and they gave Malcolm Smith the MVP.
I think. Yeah.
Even though that whole defense balled out, I think in that same way, even though you got Russell Westbrook on the Russell Wilson on the Seahawks, we spent too much time talking basketball. I'm sorry. Even though the Seahawks had Russell Wilson and Marshawn Lynch and the Legion of Boom, Malcolm Smith was the one that had that big interception, I believe, so he got the MVP. In the same way, I think even though Mahomes finished the game strong, from start to finish, Damian Williams had the team on his back and was getting things happen. So I think he should have won Super Bowl MVP. But
that's fair.
Again, I get the politics of it all, so it was what it was.
Because Mahomes rushed one in, threw one, and all that. So I thought he played it well enough to deserve it, but I could definitely see Damian Williams too. He sealed the deal at the end with that last rushing touchdown too. So I could definitely see that. Yeah, and then it was nice to see my Black King Travis Kelce get
Oh God! I do like him though. He's cool, man.
Hey, he's a man of culture. He's a man of culture. So
absolutely.
So that was dope to see. But yeah, to the Chiefs, I was happy. I was rooting for them. Glad they got it done. And I was wondering too if we had like a too early prediction for next season.
Before we do that, I want to stay with the game real quick and also salute Eric Bieniemy, the offensive coordinator for the Chiefs. Found a way to put Mahomes in position to get the job done at the end.
Black King.
Another Black King, another Black coach who we've been losing a lot recently in the NFL, but he's someone that should be getting a head coaching job very, very soon. And we talk about agendas sometimes, and we see the agendas being played out. Right. Ever since he didn't get an offer in this last round of head coach hirings, I've seen Kansas City or even Black media in general, Stephen A. Smith and Black Sports Online or wherever you follow Black sports media wherever, they've been doing a good job to highlight Eric Bieniemy. And I've been hearing a lot more clips of him, seeing his face a whole lot more places. And when you have that media push as well, it should help you get another boost into the job that he should have had a while ago, honestly.
Right. So, I'm very happy to give him a serious look at being your head coach after having the most dynamic offense for the Chiefs.
Very happy for him, and I hope much more success continues to go his way. I love what I saw from him now. Now going to what you were saying about your too early predictions. I'm hesitant right now as a Ravens fan. Admittedly,
I bet you are hesitant.
I like I said, I held the L when we lost earlier in the playoffs, and and it was what it was. But then the awards came around, and the Ravens, we had the unanimous MVP, one of two,
I think,
ever. We had the head coach of the year, which I was very happy to see because I was hoping that would happen. He deserved that.
Yeah,
and we also got assistant coach of the year with Greg Roman. So we had three guys win major awards, but no Super Bowl or no big playoff push to back it up. So that hurt a little bit. But now going forward, knowing that those guys are still there, that's a great nucleus to build around. You have the right coach, the right assistant, the right assistants there, the right staff. I mean, and the right quarterback. Now you keep building and finding the right pieces to put around him. So I've seen predictions of even though the Chiefs and the 49ers were in this last Super Bowl, I've seen some predictions where Chiefs are 1, Ravens are 2, and 49ers are 3, even though 49ers were in the Super Bowl this last year. So, I have high hopes, but I'm also seeing how this is unfolded. I'm just going to let whatever happens. I just hope Lamar Jackson balls. I just hope for another entertaining season. So, I'll let you do the actual predictions. I just want my team to do good and for whatever that means for them.
It's tough. That's why it's way too early. I mean, season just ended. We don't know what rosters are going to completely look like next season. I like the Chiefs. The only thing is I don't remember there being a lot of repeat Super Bowl champions, like back-to-backs. There hasn't been too many of those. I don't know who has done that last. Maybe the Patriots?
Yeah. I think even if they don't win it all, I think they can still get – oh, well, actually, no. If the Ravens are there, then no. But I think they can still make a push at least. Sorry, I grabbed my charger real quick. But, I think the Chiefs are still going to be right there.
I like the Chiefs to get back. It'll be interesting to see how the Patriots are because they might not have Brady next year.
He said he's returned. God damn it. I didn't want to say his fucking name. God damn it, Brady. I was so hyped for that commercial, bro. I was so hyped for that commercial. I was like, yo, I thought at first I didn't know it was a commercial. But then when I saw it first start off, I was like, yo, is he making his NFL retirement speech in the middle of the Super Bowl? Like, no, I don't like him, but I respect the move. Still the spotlight, make your grand finale exit. I'm gonna take a whole spot out of the Super Bowl. I think it was right before the halftime show too. He said, "Whatever headlines y'all think y'all about to have, y'all talking about me instead." I thought he was going to steal it, but he had some dumbass Hulu Live Sports. I'm coming back. Watch Hulu bullshit. Oh, I was so hurt. I was so hurt. Oh my God. You should have saw me, bro. I scooted up to the edge of my seat. I was like, bro, is he about to retire for real? Is it finally over? And then, Hulu Live Sports. Man, if you don't get the fuck. Oh, well.
You did mention something important, though, where you talked about halftime coming up. What did you think of the halftime show?
It was all right.
It was all right? Just all right?
It was cool. That was the snack time for me, so I didn't really watch a whole lot. But
what time?
Snack. That's when you go to the bathroom, grab your food. That time. So I wasn't focused too much on the TV. I was just getting my food. You feel me? So
taking quick peeks at it.
nothing crazy. Just enjoying my food. You feel me?
It's a great performance. I'll say that.
They did their job. They did what they needed to do. Started up a little controversy at the Cuban flag, I believe, a little stuff. Whatever. I didn't see much of it, so I don't really know. I was going off what I heard on the timeline,
Shakira and J-Lo did their thing.
They did what they had to do.
Yeah.
Yep. So, anyways, anything else NFL-wise you want to talk about?
Oh, NFL.
Puerto Rican flag, not Cuban flag. I don't know the flags, but I don't know. They put up some flag.
I hope you heard that.
They put up some flag. It wasn't the U.S. one though. So whatever. Yeah.
Well, I had on here the Hall of Fame class, but now I can't even remember who's in the Hall of Fame class for the NFL at this point.
I don't care. Next. Fuck it.
I feel like there was at least one person who was like a big name.
I don't care. Next, anyway, so we'll go on to baseball then. You have the LA Dodgers shirt on. Dodgers just made a big move in the last couple of days. What do you think about the Dodgers trade for Mookie Betts and David Price?
Love it. Like thinking about Bellinger and Mookie on the same squad, like whew, I'm on brick for that.
Oh my god. Chill out, bro. It's baseball. Golly. Oh, chill out. I hear you though. Wow. He said he's on brick for Mookie Betts. That's something. But anyways, I asked you once the trade happened, because I've now been watching baseball a little bit more, trying to knowledge in it. I asked, should Mookie Betts be my first Dodgers jersey? I asked you and Matt, who's been a guest on our show.
Our Boston correspondent.
Boston correspondent. I was blanking, but yeah, our Boston correspondent. And he immediately said, yeah, but I don't think I got a response from you. Do you think I should get a Mookie Betts jersey, or trying to really get into the integrate into the Dodgers fan base? What jersey should I start off with?
Only reason I would be hesitant is because it's not a for sure that he's gonna like sign an extension and be a Dodger long term, because this is his last year of a deal.
Doesn't that make the jersey more rare, I guess you could say, if he's not here long, to have like a Mookie Betts jersey? Sure. It's like
you want the jersey of someone who's actually on the team.
It's like the Kawhi Raptors jersey. He was there for a year, got his ring, and then he's gone. You still wear it and because of that moment. But even if he's gone, you still remember why he was there.
So, it's a Black King. So if you want a Black Kings jersey, sure.
So I'll look into that. So we'll see one way or another. But either way, if I don't get a jersey, I plan on being at a game or two this upcoming season. I've heard they're fun to be at, and with this team now that they've stacked up with, I sure want to see it in person. So yeah, very interesting to see what the Dodgers have done. Anything else baseball-wise you wanted to address real quick?
Yeah. Well, with that trade, they sent Alex Verdugo to the Red Sox, and a lot of Red Sox fans were pissed off at the return for Mookie, because Mookie was an MVP, AL MVP about 2 years ago. So a lot of Boston fans, Matt included, we're going to have to get him on soon to talk some baseball.
It was like that Drummond trade. They traded Drummond for a bag of rocks pretty much.
Like, not quite, because Verdugo is a young player who has talent and can be good for them long term. But Mookie's an MVP, and he's still like 27. So, he's still in his prime. So it hurts to lose a guy like that, especially when the Red Sox have a large payroll and are willing to pay over the luxury tax, or should be willing to pay the luxury tax because they have so much money.
I was about to ask that.
So it hurt Boston fans to see them let him walk, essentially, when they could have afforded to keep him.
Hey, fuck Boston. I'll give it up with the fans feel. Hey, we're hurt that we lost Mookie. Deal with it. It ain't my problem. What you want us to do?
Listen, the one thing the Dodgers did do, too, they traded Jock Peterson. I didn't understand that move, but they traded him to the Angels for an infielder I've never heard of.
Stupid.
So I didn't get that.
Hopefully this isn't a dumb question. Do Jock and Mookie play the same position?
Like, yes and no. I mean, because they both play the outfield, but you have multiple outfielders. So, we still have AJ Pollock in the outfield, but he was horrible batting average wise, and in the playoffs he was really bad for us. There's still guys on the market too that we could go up. Like, we could still potentially bring back Yasiel Puig, which would be dope to see as an LA fan. But there's still things we can do to round out the roster, because bullpen wise, the pitching, we're gonna need some reinforcements in the starting rotation because we lost Ryu. He signed with the Toronto Blue Jays, free agent, and then we traded Kenta Maeda in that Boston trade. It was a 3-team trade with Minnesota, so he went to the Twins. So they're going to need to probably get another starting rotation pitcher. But the lineup is looking great with Mookie in it, and Bellinger, and Seager, and Muncy, and it's looking nice. So it should be a return to the World Series for the Dodgers this year. And if we round out that rotation, like I was saying, and shore up the bullpen, we should be in contention to win it all this year.
For sure. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to be, like I said, I'll be watching the Dodgers closer than I've ever watched before this upcoming season. Look excited for a little baseball, actually. So, yeah, I'll stay tuned, and I'm really looking forward to all of that. I think big things are ahead. I think that we can – I'm hoping that the Dodgers get over the hump for once and can finally get a World Series under their belt. So, that's really all I have.
Hall of Fame class, Troy Polamalu was in it. That was like the big name I forgot about. So just want to throw that out there.
Steeler, whatever. Congrats. Next.
Don't hate on Troy Polamalu. Come on now. The Ravens fandom that deep. Troy Polamalu.
Yes, actually, to be honest. if we're gonna be real, yes, it is that deep. Usually we're that hour already on the show, as y'all can see. We like to keep our episodes at an hour or somewhere right around there. There was music that dropped this week that I would love to talk about, but I don't want to keep y'all here for too long. Today we're going to dedicate that to sports, and I'll double up next week with our 5 for You list. My 5 for You list still is going to drop tomorrow morning alongside this episode, since we're here Thursday. I'm posting on Friday. So you'll get a new episode and a new list. So new music, a new podcast, both of those things will be available to you. And then we'll double up on the commentary on that next episode. Hopefully get Party Mobile. If not, Brent Fayez is dropping his album, Fuck the World. So we should be getting a couple good albums one way or another. So plus there were good albums last week that, like I said, that I will talk about next episode. So for now, I'm going to put a close on episode 52. If you have anything else, we can deep dive. We can talk about that. Actually, damn, I know we here, and I'm trying to close. But I just remembered there was a whole situation with Gayle King and Kobe and Lisa Leslie and all of that went on in the last few days. Did you want to address that right now, or would you rather wait until the next episode for that as well?
I mean, we can talk about it now because I don't really have too much to say on it. Like, I like how Lisa Leslie handled the uncomfortable questioning at that point. I understand that people don't want to completely brush over the case that happened in 2003 because it is a part of history and it is on the resume, I guess you could say. But it's a tricky situation to talk about, and then especially I saw people saying you had so many years to ask him questions about it if you wanted to, and now to bring it up once he's dead and can't defend himself either is it leaves a bad taste in my mouth a little bit. So that's pretty much all.
And there's also the fact I mentioned Robert Little, I believe is how you say his name, who runs Black Sports Online. He pointed out on Twitter recently that Kobe even himself, I don't remember when it was, but there was a video that he posted of Kobe even kind of addressing that situation itself and all the stress that surrounded it, and the effect it had on him and his family, to the point that Vanessa even had a miscarriage during that time, actually. So just about how much stress and things put on the whole family, and how going forward he wanted to better himself as a man and father and all of that. So when we have a situation where Kobe had literally already addressed it, I don't know what more you want others to say at the point. It's been acknowledged. Kobe's acknowledged it. Kobe has tried to move forward from it and has done did a whole lot to prove to better himself after that incident. Yet still they want to continue to bring that up for some reason to find some kind of dirt to throw on his name. I tried to understand it, like you want to make sure you tell the whole story, but when you see that it's already been addressed so many times, like I don't know what more the media wants. They're just trying to get a headline, it seems like, and it's nasty. So yeah, that's why I understand. I won't go.
I was gonna say I understand it can be tricky and layered as far as like the way like we're memorializing Kobe and he was an idol and hero for a lot of us, and then you have like the community of people that have been like sexually assaulted and stuff that may be affected in a different way and may think of Kobe in a very different light, and to see him like put up as a hero may leave a bad taste in their mouth as well as the alleged victim, if she's still out there. I don't know, but
again though,
so I understand that it's layered for sure. Like it's not a black and white thing.
I don't want to disrespect that community at all. What do you do though when the man himself has addressed the situation? The man himself has worked a whole lot to better himself post that situation.
Right.
He's tried. Right. He made a whole lot of steps to change his image, be a better man after that. So I get that women as well to bring that up, but like he's now gone, and the fans of his, you can't be mad at fans. Well, I don't know if you say you can't be mad, but you have to, like you said, there's a lot of layers to it. Like I kind of get both sides. It's just the timing of it right now. It just feels weird. So yeah, I don't know. Very, very tricky. I won't go as far as Boosie or Snoop Dogg did, though admittedly they were kind of funny to watch and their rants. Yeah. But I won't go as far as them. But I see both sides of the table on that.
Yeah.
That was the last big thing, though. So I'm glad we talked about that now and got our stances on it. So with that, like I said, we'll address all the other entertainment side, the music and new 5 for You list that I'm dropping soon. We'll address all of that next episode. But for now, after being an hour and 8 minutes in, we're going to wrap it up. So I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Appreciate y'all for continuing to show love, for all those that comment on any of our posts on IG or Twitter or drop comments below. We appreciate anybody that shows love and interest in our show. We're really trying to build this thing up, and we build it through y'all. We want to build a community of people that love talking a little bit of everything and are the real fans that can have good dialogue about it all. So yeah, we really appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Usually at this time, I kind of bullshit, as y'all know, with the dumb shout outs or whatever. My mind has been kind of elsewhere. If you guys follow me on IG, I posted some things. And today, I just want to leave y'all by saying, what do you want your highlight tape to be? I'm thinking a lot about Kobe and his legacy, even with everything that we just talked about. And just seeing how suddenly we lost him makes you realize how quick any life can be lost. And with that, for me and for you guys as well, just thinking about how are you going to be remembered? Just think about that for a little while. Yeah, so that's the last little question I wanted to throw out to y'all. Last little spiel I wanted to share real quick. But yeah, with that, we out of here, man. Episode 52. Appreciate y'all again. See y'all very soon. We back again, hopefully Sunday or Monday, and we'll talk soon. Appreciate y'all. Peace.
Deuces.